guys. Ta-da! Now we are well lit. Hello!
Hello.
Hello, world. Welcome to Thursday Night Poetry with Saki and
Matthew.
And Matthew. Cool. Okay. Oh, and there's even a martini for me. Excellent. All right. Well, my life is a mess. How many poems do you got? Whoa, you have a ponytail today.
I do.
Oh.
I have just the one.
Or like a bunny tail. That's kind of cute. Okay. Well, I have just the one.
Okay.
Okay. Mine is about dog people.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And
do the viewers know?
No.
That you are a cat person?
I guess
if you've been paying attention to
must clarify
clothing choices over time, you probably picked up on it.
Okay. I have to say though, I think when I say I'm a cat person, people automatically assume that I'm not a dog person.
Sure.
But I really like dogs. I just don't identify as a dog person, which I think refers to a very specific type of person whom I actually kind of don't like. But I like people who like dogs. I just have an issue with some people who like dogs for certain reasons that are in my poem.
All right.
I guess here we are. We're gonna find out my opinion of dog people. Not people who like dogs, but dog people. I hear it over and over again. Dog is man's best friend. A friend you can rely upon, who misses you when you are gone, who wags a tail when you get home, who cuddles you when you're alone. It's easy to love somebody who loves you without condition, but is it really love if it's not by one's volition? Centuries of breeding conquers natural selection. Genetic Stockholm Syndrome victims vie for your affection. Anyway, so this is about how...
Hard truths.
So this stems from this one time that I got one of those the chainmail threads that says like, do this little survey thing and then send this to 20 people or else like you're gonna die. And one of the survey questions on that little on the email thread was, okay, write down the type of animal. It's number your paper 1 through 20, and write down some sort of animal. And then later when they reveal the answers, number 1 is an animal. Number 2 is the name of a person of the opposite sex. So I think they're assuming that everyone's like hetero. But anyway, so I wrote down the name of some guy, and then it said number 1 tells you about your ideal lover. Number 2 is the name of that lover. And I was just like, okay, well, I like Calvin and he is cat-like. So anyway, but so years later I'm just like, what is the significance of that? But really I think what it is that people do kind of look for certain ideal traits in an animal companion as they would with a human companion. So people who identify as dog people will often argue like, oh, they're so much better than cats. They're loyal. They love you no matter what. Like even if you abuse them, which I'm just like, I'm very concerned about how you like your human companions. But anyway, and that's why I identify as a cat person, because I think that you have to earn the trust, respect, and love of your pet in order for them to love you back. And then I think that's a healthier relationship.
It's true.
But you like dogs, right?
I do like dogs. A lot of, like, have you ever read Where the Red Fern Grows as a child?
Oh
it's
my
a very
God.
pro-dog book. I feel like that explains it all.
Those people just haven't tried to train cats.
Spoilers. It is a very anti-cat book, actually, because it's the mountain lion.
I remember.
Yeah. Well, the people out there may not have read it. Anyway. No, I see what you're saying. I don't like it when people call their pets their children, because a lot of times they have this hypocritical attitude where your pet is your child when it's convenient for you to believe that, and then your pet is an animal when it's convenient for you to believe that, and it just kind of switches based on your mood.
Yeah. Like all those cats I see on Craigslist, oh, we need to rehome our cat because we're moving. It's like, oh, we need to just rehome our child because we're moving. Yeah.
Yeah. I like writing a poem. It's hard to talk to people about this thing. I've tried to tell people before about the whole why I don't like the child talk, and they just
the fur babies thing.
They always take it the wrong. They are not charitable in their interpretation of what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing when I tell people that like I said, the dog person or cat person label. It means different things to different people. If I tell them I'm not a dog person, they assume that I don't like dogs. So, anyway, I like animals. I like all of them. I like them more than I like humans. I feel like I should write a cat person poem as like a companion to this poem. I think I'm going to do that. Is it
also a critique, or is it just a positive portrayal of cat people?
I have to sit on that one.
Kind of an opposite negative stereotype of cat people, where it's almost like the cat person is the victim in the Stockholm Syndrome relationship, like the crazy cat lady who has
that's
what's
true.
That disease?
It's just called crazy cat lady disease.
No, there's like a real
syndrome.
Thing though.
Wait, isn't it just called crazy cat lady syndrome? I think that's the like Wikipedia title. Crazy cat lady syndrome.
There's some bacteria that grows
in the cat's saliva, right?
I am not going to remember this, but anyway, that's the stereotype anyway of someone who's like dominated by their 30 cats, and their whole life is just revolves around picking up or ignoring the cat shit all over their house.
You know what? I think I'm gonna write my cat person poem about this other stereotype that I don't really agree with. When people I know personally have gotten cats because they go, oh, they're low maintenance. Like, well, you don't have to walk them. You could litter box train them. You could actually do the same thing with dogs, but people don't do that because they're dog people. Anyway, but people will get cats because they can just leave them alone for a week on vacation. You know, you get the automatic feeder, automatic litter box thing, real convenient. But then they don't have cats who actually care about them. They're just like, the machine feeds me, the machine cleans my poo. So they're not really building a relationship with their pet. And then I think this feeds into the whole stereotype that, oh, cats are crappy pets who don't love you. It's because they're selected as pets by owners who don't love pets. So anyway, I might write about that next week.
That makes sense.
It unfortunately does. Anyway, I'm on the Wikipedia site. It's Toxoplasma gondii. But it does not actually. I think it's just called crazy cat lady syndrome.
Oh yeah, toxoplasmosis. That's the what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Oh. But that's not. Okay.
It's just a word for the
thing.
And then
that's not
I guess it causes like mice to not fear cats or something. Correct. So that can complete its life cycle.
Yes. Okay, anyway, that answers that question. I feel like this was a very long side rant. We can go ahead and move on to your poem.
My poem.
This is a hefty olive with pimento.
They described it on the jar as fleshy, which I think is... Olives are the only thing where that would work for a food item, I think.
That is very fleshy. I feel like a carnivore.
Are you a carnivore? Okay. I wrote this poem when I had a sort of mild insomnia and I couldn't sleep. And I was just thinking about it, and then I wrote it down. It's called Counting Sheep.
I had the Tumblr song stuck in my head all day because I have a show coming up.
Oh, damn.
Counting sheep when you're trying to sleep, being fair.
I wonder if Tumblr goes to a similar place with this, because this is... Anyway, we'll see. I think
I actually quoted the same song like 2 weeks ago when I was talking about Andrew Wiles when we did math poems.
Maybe you incepted me by accident. Let's see.
Okay.
Counting sheep. Be careful with your studies, child. The truth is dark and deep, and notions from its secret wilds pursue you into sleep. The countlessness of numbering seems innocent by day, but in forgotten slumbering the distance falls away between you and that timeless dawn whose creatures laugh and leap, inviting you to wake beyond infinities of sheep.
Whoa. That was like a dark Shel Silverstein kind of... It's like a lot of things. I like it. It's got the velvety mouthfeel of nighttime. Nice.
So, yeah. I start thinking of weird fiction when I can't sleep, I guess, is the moral of this story.
There's another lyric, some lyrics in that same song. And if you could count for a year, would you get to infinity or somewhere in that vicinity?
Oh yeah, okay. That I do remember that. Somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah. Well, that's also a rhyme in that Pete Heingrook about parallel lines, which we also quoted
on
that same night.
Dang.
Yeah.
Maybe these things are just bouncing around in my head.
That tends to happen when you have insomnia. Things bounce around. Oh, that's actually a great old poem to read for today. I think I read it on this live stream channel already. Yeah, I have. It's okay. I think I can recite it. When a thought you didn't mean to think swims round and round and round.
Don't look at me.
I don't remember it. Wait. Oh no, wait. In an attempt your thoughts to drown. No, wait. Oh, I'm mixing up two poems I have. I will just look it up. This is embarrassing. I don't remember my own poems. This is why I write them down here. Okay.
I can't remember anything.
Oh my god, I wish I could just open the source code file. I have to go find 3 keys to unlock the wardrobe to get to the basement. Well, we can play this game for a while.
To choose your own adventure. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go read an old poem.
I prepared a thing.
Excellent.
So this is not my poem, but I've been working recently on a series of poems about philosophers. And I have this book, which is called Rhyme or Reason.
Oh, you lent me that
by someone
before.
named Aquila. And it's limericks, or limerick series about old philosophers. And it happens to cover exactly the period that I'm doing. So I thought it'd be fun to start at the beginning. Ancient Greeks with Thales, and just read this little short first section. Alright. And these are supposed to teach you about the philosophers, so I'm not going to do a little intro.
Okay, just so you know, I'm listening. I'm also just trying to navigate to the labyrinth.
I trust your abilities. Thales. In the days that were still pre-Socratic, abstract thought was a trifle erratic. So let's try not to sneer when from Thales we hear that all things are at bottom aquatic. Thales' theory, to quickly review it, is that everything's made from a fluid. How it's done he'd not venture, though he'd say facing censure, don't forget steam and ice somehow do it. So 3 cheers for this man from Miletus, and the view, though all wet, that he'd feed us. You might say, what a jerk he is, but his town where now Turkey is, spawned the first abstract thinkers that greet us.
Oh my god, wait, this is so good. Every one of those little rhymes was so unexpected. It's like pun after pun. That's so good.
Anaximander. To this thinker, were water ubiquitous, cosmic law would be wholly iniquitous. Whether hotter or cooler, if water's the ruler, there'd be nowhere that isn't where liquid is. Unless cosmic injustice is gross, there's a source from which everything flows. So it's not only prior to earth, wind, and fire, but more basic than pure H2O is.
Oh my god, that is such a rhyme.
Anaximenes.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I gotta pause you. I think I'm just, instead of trying to navigate to the labyrinth, I think what I'm gonna do is just find my source code from Google Drive. So, I guess that does not change things. You can keep reading that one.
Anaximenes. Well, what's that, I might ask, if not air? After all, as you'll grant, it's quite bare. And what doesn't seem airy, that's just how it would vary when it's made either denser or rare. So the water that Thales was bound to, what in fact does it really amount to? It's just air we decree, but of different degree. For that's all in the end it boils down to.
Ooh. Oh my god, these are so fancy. Wait, I can't go after this. Like, it's too good.
Alright, this is the end.
Alright.
Interlude into the next section. Water, air, or whatever the rage is, here's a truth that's survived through the ages. Don't just ask, what's it made of? But become quantitative and ask it and attack it with rulers and gauges.
That's really good.
It's very good. Somewhat dismissive
Caesius.
of the Eleatics as just not having any good ideas except that measuring things might be helpful. But pretty good.
This is really good. I think I didn't appreciate it as much when you loaned it to me. I think I must have like not skimmed, but like jumped around. But this is a very strong opener. Anyway, thanks. I can't find my poem. I don't know where it went, and I can't access the labyrinth. I think I messed up something in my hasty attempt to unlock the door.
I may have a decompiled text of that somewhere on here if you want to wait yet longer.
Yeah, if you search, but unlike the bitter drink, you cannot chase it down.
Funny verse.
You have a C++ D. What's it called? You have a text editor thingy on your phone? Ooh.
No, it's just I have the text from before. It's synced on here. I can't find it though.
Oh, maybe it just didn't make it in. That's okay. We'll just... I'm sure I presented it on this channel before. So I don't even need to post it. They'll just find it on some other week's live stream. Okay. Sorry, that was
watch absolutely everything. And then you'll know.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. Cool. Thanks for sharing all those fancy limericks. Do you want to pick a topic for next week? You want to write about cat people too?
I guess so.
Okay. Cool. It doesn't have to be about cat people. It could just be about cats. Cat-themed week.
Yeah, I think I might have an old poem about a cat, so that would work.
Okay. I have a song about... Ooh, I could sing my song next week. Oh, I should plug my show. It's coming up in 10 days. Okay. If you're in San Diego, come check out my show. I'm performing at Manzanita Concert Series at the Mission Trails Church on Sunday, November 13th at 4 p.m. It's an hour-long concert. It's all stuff that I wrote, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be lots of tasty poetry. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's it. Have you anything to add?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Goodbye, world.